Welcome to the Freedom Chronicles.
Definitely an antisocial type.
Only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger.
Hi, perhaps you recognize me. It's your favorite president.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
We got a loudspeaker here, and when we go into battle, we play music very loud.
With a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Freedom Chronicles. I'm your host, Mike Imbasciani. Thank you for joining us. It looks a little different today as our producer Ben is on a vacation, and so we're running by the seat of our pants in a fun little setup here. With us, as always, Mr. Ken Lovejoy. Ken, how are you, sir?
Fine. What's going on?
Not too much. What's new with you, sir?
Nothing.
Enjoying this new year as we continue the downward spiral.
Circling the drain? Yes.
Yes,
I'm enjoying circling the drain this year. Yeah.
Very good. Well, folks, don't forget, of course, we are broadcasting from the Brian Chapman State Farm bunker right here in Southwest Florida. This is still the bunker. This is technically the music side of the bunker.
This is the part of the bunker you don't normally see.
Exactly. So enjoy this. And like a good neighbor, Brian Chapman State Farm is there for all of the insurance needs that you have for your very own bunker. You can give his office a call at 941-625-9998 or visit the office at 2040 Tamiami Trail in Port Charlotte. Now, I must admit, I've been quite busy with gigs. The gigs have been on fire.
That's good.
This new year, which I'm very happy about. It's nice that we're able to stay so busy and people are enjoying themselves. Season is here in Florida, so everybody's going out and having a good time.
Weird season, though.
It is a weird season.
Weather-wise.
Yeah.
Just a little strange. I mean, overcast.
Very windy yesterday.
Mm-hmm. But just weird. I mean, it's not normally, in 26 years of living here, it's been still in the upper 70s or 80s in January here.
Yeah.
But
it's been a little chilly.
We'll have a couple of days, maybe one or two.
But normally it comes in February.
Yeah, but this has been just a steady low 70s, mid 60s, sometimes in the 50s, getting into the 40s at night.
Yeah.
Steady like that and overcast. So it's been a little unusual weather, but I mean, I like it.
Me too.
Don't have to use the AC.
Still better than those of you watching who are in the Great White North, which means any state not Florida.
Yeah, sucks to be you.
Yeah. But it doesn't snow here, so we're happy. So with my schedule being so busy, I haven't had as much time to check into the news, but there's been a lot happening. Of course, the breaking news today was that Hunter Biden showed up to one of the hearings where he wasn't even meant to be there, right?
Yes.
Because they were just discussing his contempt.
Yes. He refused to answer what crack he smokes.
Right, there was that. That was funny. Hey Hunter, what crack do you smoke?
He was told he has no balls.
Yes.
And then
Marjorie Taylor Greene says that he must be scared of conservative women.
Yes. And then he got up and stormed out.
He got up and stormed out, yes, when Marjorie Taylor Greene was about to ask something. Yeah, if you can watch the video, and he literally
started jonesing for a line.
He tapped whoever he was sitting next to and said, "Let's go." And just sad, but not surprising.
It's all distraction anyway.
Oh, of course.
I don't think GOP is going to do a damn thing other than distract us with this.
No.
The hearings and whatnot.
And whatnot. Yes, it was the surprise appearance where the meeting where the lawmakers were considering a resolution to hold him in contempt. Don't you love that? It's always just
they're always
considerations. We're just talking
about
the
maybe possibly doing something in the future, but
we really
not
have
right
to have
now. Because it's a process,
and we have to have the meeting about it to discuss whether we should have a meeting about doing it to begin with.
The GOP are pussies. They talk a lot of crap. They act big.
Yes.
There's a couple of good individuals, but the rest of them suck, and they're not going to do anything to help us.
Yes.
We're on our own.
We are on our own. It is up to us. No one is here to help. Expect to self-rescue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why you have to do it yourself, folks.
Yep. Get your med kit ready and your ammo supplied. And
yes.
And rice and beans stored.
That's what it's all about. Now's the time.
No, but seriously, look at the GOP. Look at what there's so much that they could be doing. And I'm talking about outside of Hunter. There's so much that they could be doing. They hold the purse strings. They still have the majority. But look at what they do. Absolutely nothing.
Right.
Zero. Nothing. They're cowards.
And when
They're gutless cowards.
And when they should sit there and do nothing, they still push through the continuing resolution.
Yeah, they capitulate.
They still just cave to the Democrats every single time. And I know Mason has faith in Big Mike. Not Michelle Obama, but Big Mike Johnson.
I don't.
Big Johnson. I don't have faith in Johnson.
None whatsoever.
No.
But he's a Christian. Remember, he told us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so was Pence. Remember? Look how that douchebag turned out.
Yes.
I'm sorry. These guys, they fear the power that controls them, that they allow to control them. They fear the power of the people that they allow to control them, so they never have the balls to do anything other than talk about what they might do. They're losers. The elephant needs to be shot,
Put down.
gutted live, and buried in a ditch.
That'd be a very big ditch.
Well, it would be, gutted live. That would be kind of a symbolic gesture, really, so people could see just the stench that the GOP has turned into. I'm serious. I mean, I don't, they talk and talk and talk. This election. But look, the GOP and the RNC aren't doing us any favors. No. All they're doing is talking. They're still trying to get rid of Trump, just like the left is.
And now with what happened today with Hunter, and today is Wednesday at the time of recording this, that'll take up the rest of the news cycle through the end of the week.
Yeah.
And nothing else will get talked about or done either.
No.
And it's covering up the real story, which is where in the world was Lloyd Austin?
Oh, we know where he was now.
Yeah.
Getting his scrot removed.
Yeah, exactly. The White House and Department of Defense have also launched reviews of cabinet protocols after Lloyd Austin's hospitalization.
What do you mean reviews? This has always been, 'twas ever thus, as Tommy used to love to say. There's a chain of command. You follow the frickin' chain of command.
Right.
When you're the Secretary of Defense and you've got all this crap that they're starting, that they're fueling around the world, and you want to have your military ready to go. That Biden doesn't talk to his SecDef daily or bi-daily, that nobody knew where this guy was. Total dereliction of duty.
And it also shows that not only does Biden not know what's going on, the Secretary of Defense doesn't know what's going on, and the Secretary of Defense doesn't know what's going on,
well, because
and neither
none
does
of
the
them,
person under him.
To me, this just shines a light on the fact that it's not Biden running the regime. It's not even Secretary of Defense. He's just there to collect a paycheck. The guy's a piece of shit. I mean, he always has been. He should have been gone after Afghanistan. The DEI in the military, the vax mandates. This guy, along with a lot of help from the Joint Chiefs of Staff, have been integral in the internal destruction of our military. Lloyd Austin needs to go. They need to can him. And some unknown congressman filed articles of impeachment on Austin today.
Yeah.
But it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, big deal. Again, what is it going to do? Nothing. But the story, for any of those of you who don't know, was the doctors at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center revealed that Lloyd Austin had been treated for prostate cancer in late December and was subsequently hospitalized this month for complications over a urinary tract infection. And, quote, "My colleagues and I have grave concerns about the handling of your absence in hospitalizations," Rogers wrote in the letter to Lloyd Austin. Quote, "It is unacceptable that neither the Department of Defense, the White House, nor the Congress were accurately informed of your position or capacity."
It is. It's a dereliction of duty. He doesn't have the, now, I know he might be embarrassed. He might feel bad about having prostate cancer.
It.
Who doesn't? You're not in a position to where you have the luxury to hide that from everyone.
No.
You're not a private citizen. You're a public official. You're on the taxpayer's dime. And you are the Secretary of frickin' Defense. There's a chain of command that needs to be adhered to. And nobody cares. Yeah, if you had to go off and get the operation, that's fine.
Yeah.
You got to let somebody know.
Right.
But nobody knew for days.
No. And even up to, they're saying Biden didn't know for a month.
And even his assistant deputy secretary of defense, she was off on a beach in Puerto Rico. She had no idea. She was on vacation.
The assistant was on vacation. The head was
so the crap hits the
surgery.
fan. The crap hits the fan.
Yeah.
Okay, get the Secretary of Defense on the line. We can't reach him. We don't know where he is, sir. Yes. Well, where's the Assistant Secretary? Well, she's on vacation
she's on
in
a
Puerto
beach.
Rico. We don't know where.
Yeah.
Look, again, it's just another shining example of the Obama regime. These guys are not running.
No,
the
they're not
government
running
at all.
a single thing, and all this does is throw it in the public's face that they know that they're not running anything, and they just shove it into the public's face of saying, see, you know we're not running anything. We'll just tell you we're not running anything, by the Secretary of Defense being under the knife and then having the infection and staying in the hospital even longer, and the assistant being on a freaking vacation. You would think, cancel your vacation.
Well, she didn't know.
Right.
She didn't know. She would have canceled her vacation. She would have gone back. All she had to do was be told.
Yeah.
You know, hey, Lloyd's not here. Lloyd's scrote's getting a little steamy down there, and he's hurting.
Well, and who was it? Was it Obama or was it Hillary or something? Maybe it was Biden even too. They said, "Oh, I found out just like the rest of you." Was that Obama?
Oh, that was Obama. He always used to say, I found out the way you are.
Yeah.
Open the newspaper this morning.
Yeah, I turn on the news and I find out with everybody else, and that's what it sounds like Biden did.
That was actually the case.
Right.
Obama was lying through his frickin' Kenyan teeth.
Yeah. Biden was first informed on yesterday, by his chief of staff.
I have a Secretary of Defense.
Who's that?
Who's that?
What does that do?
Lloyd?
Defense?
Lloyd? I thought he's the guy that gets me my Coke.
No, that's Hunter.
Oh.
Oh, man. Yeah.
It's just, it's laughable if
things weren't so dangerous right now.
Yeah, if things weren't so dangerous, it would be laughable. Mm-hmm. It would be laughable if we didn't know the truth of the matter is that they're doing this all deliberately.
Yeah.
They're deliberately destroying America from within. They're deliberately destroying all of the institutions of America. And you've got half of brain-dead frickin' Democrats out there with their eyes glued to fucking Rachel Maddow that just suck it all up and believe it.
Yeah. And think about, folks, how you have these, let's take an analogy for real quick, these teenagers working in these coffee shops who hate their job. And what do they call it now? Quiet quitting, where they just
that's not
don't do their job.
It's not teenagers. That's Gen Zers. That's college graduates.
Oh, true. Them too now. Yeah. And now, that's right. They're not teenagers anymore.
Neither are you.
No, I know. Sad. It is quite sad.
It is.
But now it's the same thing with the Biden regime.
I like the Jobama regime.
Jobama?
It's actually more descriptive.
It's true.
Because Obama's pulling the strings and everybody knows this. And don't try to tell us he's not.
Yeah. And from a Senate aide getting rammed in the ass in a Senate hearing room, it just shows
With an act
you.
of love.
Sure.
How dare you shame him on who he loves?
It shows, folks, that they don't care about the government.
They don't.
Of which they are. And they do not care about you whatsoever.
No.
When these high level, we're not talking about the aide to the traveling secretary of the Secretary of Defense. We're talking about the Secretary of Defense, and nobody knew where he was.
And again, this is just the cherry on top. This guy should have been gone again after Afghanistan. I mean, treasonous act, the DEI.
Getting Americans killed.
This right here should be career-ending, but everybody's covering for him, so nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
And there, a couple of months ago, I don't have the story in front of me, but back in October, some Chinese national who changed his name from Wang Hu to Thomas, but still had the Tsao last name. He was Chinese national.
Yeah.
But raised here in the States, became a Navy petty officer, and somehow was able to get his hands on classified troop movements and infrastructure
Yeah, of
blueprints and sold them to China.
Yeah.
He got like $14,800 in bribes.
It doesn't sound like what a Thomas would do.
But here's the thing. We've got J6 prisoners.
Yeah.
Been in jail for 2-3 years now.
Yes.
And have not even been charged yet, have not even been arraigned. This guy, this petty officer,
Yeah.
doesn't get tried through the UCMJ in military court like he should have, court-martial. Civilian courts handle it. What do you think he got? Treason.
Time.
We're talking about
Yeah.
treason, espionage.
I'm saying time served and a $200 fine.
Close. He got a $5,500 fine. He got $14,800 in bribes, but
Right.
he's only got a $5,500 fine.
So he's
he's
still-
only getting 27 months in federal prison.
So that's called making a profit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
27 months and a $5,500 fine. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all he's
For
getting
actual treason.
For actual treason and espionage. When it used to be life in prison.
And he's not an American citizen.
Well, yeah, no, he's an American
Okay, he is an
citizen.
American citizen.
He's not a natural.
Gotcha,
He wasn't
right.
born here. His parents moved here later to become Chinese spies, apparently.
Apparently.
But nothing happens to him. That really is 27 months and a $5,500 fine for espionage with China.
Actual treason,
Actual
actual
treason,
spying,
actual spying.
Seditious conspiracy.
Yeah. No,
Nothing.
he gets. It's literally a slap on the wrist
Yeah.
when you look at it. That's the best case scenario for him. But then again, you've got J6 prisoners, old ladies, who all they did was step foot for a couple of minutes, take a couple of selfies inside the Capitol building.
Yep.
They're still in jail, have not been charged, have not been arraigned, have probably only been able to talk to a craptastic public defender, and they're rotting in jail.
Yeah.
This piece of shit is only going to do 27 months and then go back to China as a hero.
Exactly. Well, and speaking of which, we just had what Vivek posted, Happy Entrapment Day on January 6th. Because that's all
That's
it was.
exactly what it was.
And the head entrapper here, Ray Epps, he...
Another piece of shit.
I know, another one.
What did he get?
And
he
he
didn't
got-
even have to show up.
No.
He didn't even have to show up in a courtroom.
They wanted to get 6 months, and he didn't get that. He agreed to plead guilty to a single misdemeanor count and also pay a $500 fine.
Ray Epps, you're
That's
a piece of shit. You're a traitor to America, and may you never, ever, ever know another day's peace in your life.
Yes.
May you and your wife be hounded daily for the rest of your life. And I hope you live, you're an old fart to begin with, but I hope you live a long time so that you can feel the torturous pain of being publicly maligned, ridiculed, shamed, spat upon. You do not need to live a day's peace ever again. That's what I think of Ray Epps and his wife.
Is this what you think of Ray Epps? Yeah.
He's an asshole.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
That about sums up. You like
That's
that one
about-
from Back to the
that's
Future?
not a bad one.
That's a good one.
That's
Yeah,
pretty good
I
one.
like that one. It's a little bit
Pregnant
of a pause,
right
but,
there,
with
yeah.
the music
Sure.
swell.
But it brings it all together at
It
the
works,
end.
yeah. And yeah. Anyway, he also gets 12 months probation.
Ooh.
So, real,
And again, he didn't even have to show up.
no jail time.
He got his sentencing done on a freaking Zoom
Of
call.
course.
Which, again, just shows everybody he was guilty.
Yeah.
They just did this as a
see?
publicity.
See,
we got him.
We
What do
got,
you, oh,
we got him
boy.
too.
Yeah.
Nobody's safe.
Pieces of shit. That's what our government is. We're not the good guys anymore, folks.
Nope.
Sorry.
So, and I like how I feel like this is a Rush-ism, and in a way that Charlie Kirk is paying tribute to Rush Limbaugh. He calls Fannie Willis Big Fannie Willis. I feel like that's a good Rush-ism. Big Fannie.
Yeah, well, Big Fanny, lard-ass Fanny,
Fat Fannie.
skank Fanny.
Yes. Anyway, Fannie Willis.
Nathan ain't so much, Nathan isn't any better.
No.
Nathan.
Yes.
The DA that she hired to bone and pay with a lot of money.
Allegedly.
No,
Yes, I
they're
know.
boning.
And they took their little Royal Caribbean cruises there together. And not meeting with the DOJ, meeting with the White House
With
Counsel.
the White House counsel, yes.
Oh, yes.
Colluding with White House counsel to persecute the political opposition
Yes, you mean
of sock puppet Joe Obama.
An actual president interfering with an election
Yes,
coming up.
yes.
Just like Obama interfered with the election by spying on Trump
Yes,
as well.
yes. And Hillary,
And Hillary. Hillary spied on Trump.
candidate. Yes.
Right. Candidate Hillary. Yes. Nice to know nothing really changes. you know?
No,
It's just,
it's not, because nobody's got the balls on our side of the aisle to
No.
do anything about it
yeah.
other than suck dick.
What?
That's all they do. That's all the GOP does.
Yeah,
Suck the
that's true.
dicks of their donors, suck the dicks of the regime, of their friends from across the aisle.
Yes. And they are
sorry.
friends. They're all friends across the aisle.
Yeah, it's
and
the
folks,
uniparty.
in case you couldn't tell, Ken,
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
he's in his feelings today.
I just don't give a shit. I'm indifferent to them.
I know.
I think we're way past the point of talking.
Yes.
Anymore.
Yeah. Because at this point, it is so embedded so deeply that really, folks, this election is all of it on the line. And Trump, even if Trump wins in November, it is a very long lame duck session from November to January 2025.
And again, both sides of the aisle will be doing whatever they can to sabotage Trump if he is allowed to win. If they don't steal this election
in any way possible.
You can't trust, and anybody that trusts a Republican at this point, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Look at what Johnson's done to us. We give them every benefit of the doubt, and they stab us in the back
Every single
time, without question. Just saying, how are you going to fight that? How are you going to fight that when the party that you're supposed to be a part of and you're supposed to be fighting for to win doesn't care if they win and hates you just as much as the left hates you?
They'd rather just take the money. Give me more money. We need more money.
It's just
We can get them next time if only you give us more money.
That's why I just say, look, fuck it. Live your life. Be as happy as you can be, because nothing pisses them off more than seeing you having fun.
Right. Making money, having fun, enjoying your life. That's what you have to do it.
Create as much joy for yourself and your loved ones as you can, and just, know that this stuff is going on, but turn off the TV and close your wallet to these people.
Oh, yeah.
We're already doing a nice job of starving out the RNC financially if we can continue to do that.
Ronna McRomney deserves $0 of your dollars.
Again, everybody
None
says...
of them deserve any of your money. I don't donate a dime to any of these people because they have enough money. And that's what these donors are for, too, that these big-ass donors that they get, which...
That control them.
Yeah.
And control the legislation they foist
and then they
upon
act
us.
like, your $1 helps me. No, all it does is help them meet the quota so that they can pretend to get on some debate that means something. Give me a break. Vivek going out in Iowa in the snow, actually talking to normal people, makes more sense than a Nikki Haley or a Tiny D DeSantis trying to raise money through these big donors.
Look, everybody else. Look, you notice how Chris Christie, he's going on all these lefty.
Is he really?
Channels now because nobody on the
Nobody
right wants
cares.
to talk to him.
No,
He's done.
he
He's
sucks.
toast. He's got no shot at all. And Nikki, good God. I mean, now that they've got, you've actively got Democrats in New Hampshire saying vote for Nikki.
I know. I know.
That tells you really everything, all you need to know about
She's horrible.
Nikki right there.
Horrible.
I just, you can't look at this day in, day out and not be pissed about it, because it's disgusting and these people are disgusting.
Breathe in.
Yeah.
And breathe out.
That's what I'm just saying. So just
and laugh about it. You have to laugh at these idiots because
mock
that's
them,
exactly
make fun
what they
of them,
are.
but don't give them any money. Like, individual candidates that you find appealing to yourself, give directly to their campaign.
Yeah.
Don't give to some PAC. Don't give to some committee. You don't know where that money's going. You really don't. all these Trump PACs that are out there trying to get your money,
I know.
claiming, let's help Trump.
Yeah.
No. Most of them are lies. Most of them are deep fakes for the RNC, just stealing your money.
Trump bobblehead.
I already got one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I get the Trump face mask. Yeah, that works. Anyway, I think that'll take us to our music segment of the day, folks. If you're enjoying this show, we greatly appreciate you watching. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button on Rumble. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, take it over to Rumble and subscribe on Rumble. That helps us out. Helps with the algorithms liking.
If you are watching this on YouTube, how are you watching?
I know.
It on YouTube?
We've been doing all right. And drop a comment down below. And also, you can get a cool shirt like this. Evil is powerless if the good are unafraid. That's what you have to do, folks. Be unafraid. Push forward. These are tiny little people.
We outnumber them.
We outnumber them dramatically. They are tiny little people so afraid of you, it's crazy.
And that's why they're becoming so dangerous.
Yeah,
and that's why you're seeing the
out.
masks come off.
Yes.
Is because they know they're getting their asses kicked in the polls.
Mm-hmm.
They know that their PR isn't working in their favor, and they know that people know what they're up to and do not like it or them. And so it makes them scared. And when you got a scared, rabid cockroach in the corner, they tend to lash out.
Yeah.
And that's what you're starting to see.
And justice is swift, and justice always comes eventually, one way or another. So we can win, but you have to get
you
loud
just contradicted yourself.
What?
Justice is not swift.
No.
It will come one
It will
way or
come
another.
eventually.
But it ain't swift.
It ain't swift
obviously.
lately. Yeah.
Karma can be swift, though.
There he is. Yeah, that's true.
Let's
All
hope that is.
Yeah. So enjoy this. This is from the other night over at Vasani. We had a great show over there doing the Simply Clapton show. You can go to MikeImbasciani.com. And if you're in the Southwest Florida area, come see the band. Come see a show. Enjoy yourself. Good time. This is Outside Woman Blues. All right. Very
Okay,
nice.
then.
Very good. Little Outside Woman Blues. Fun stuff. All right. And that will take us to our Patriot and Traitor of the Week. You like that? I like that little stinger there. It looks like comes towards you.
Look at that.
Yeah, it looks
That's
good.
cute. That's
I
nice.
know,
That's cute.
right?
Okay.
So, Ken, who is your Patriot of the Week?
Oh,
I know it's difficult.
Man.
Don't hurt yourself thinking.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna vapor lock here. Congressman Matt Rosendale.
Okay.
Why not? He's the unknown congressman from Montana that had the balls to initiate articles of impeachment against Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin III.
Good. Yeah. It takes those little people.
I don't think it's going to go anywhere,
No.
but at least he had the balls to do it, and
Yeah.
it needs to be done. And that, again, the GOP could all get on board with this. And
Immediately.
instead of just, well, we have to consider optics. We have to look at the big picture.
Yeah.
We have
Who cares about optics at this point? Really?
What's your oath say? What's your
Yeah.
oath say? What is it? What is your job to do on oversight? Again, he just had prostate surgery. We don't hurt his feelings.
Yeah. While he destroys the country. Thank God. Z didn't know where Lloyd Austin was either. Otherwise, they'd invaded Taiwan and California by now. It's pathetic.
Yes.
My Patriot is going out to a man named Ethan Haim. Haim. As the headline reads, a doctor blew the whistle on his hospital's transgender clinic. Now the feds are trying to ruin his life. What a shock. So, June 23rd, 2023 was supposed to be one of the best days of Ethan Chaim's life. His family was visiting for his graduation from his medical residency and the official start of his career as a general surgeon. It was the, quote, single greatest accomplishment, end quote, of his life, he says, and the graduation was a big deal for him. But then there was a loud knock on Chaim's apartment door. It wasn't flowers or balloons, but rather two agents from the Department of Health and Human Services alerting him that he was the target of a criminal investigation. I'm surprised they didn't just send the FBI to bang down the door.
Who the hell is Health and Humans? Why the fuck does Health and Human Services have agents?
Why do they carry guns? Probably, just like the IRS.
Punch those bastards in the face. Say goodbye.
So he said, quote, they show me their badges and they say they were investigating a case regarding medical records. It was one of those moments where time stands still. Though Chaim maintains he did nothing wrong to warrant the probe, he immediately knew what it was about. A month earlier, Chaim was the anonymous whistleblower for a bombshell story about secretive transgender surgeries for minors at one of the most prominent hospitals in the country.
Oh, he was the whistleblower for that.
Yes.
Okay, I remember that story coming up.
He said, quote, it's my responsibility as a doctor to expose this to the public. Yes, it is.
It is.
Good on you for doing that.
It is. These are butchers. These doctors are butchers that do this surgery, and that they knew that they were doing it secretively tells you that they knew that they weren't supposed to be doing it.
They knew that it was bad. Yeah. Prior to the publication of this story, Chaim has chosen to keep his identity a secret as he launched his career as a surgeon. He never intended to enter the public conversation over gender ideology, but what he saw as a resident doctor at Baylor College of Medicine left him no choice. Listen to that sentence again. He wanted to keep his identity a secret as he launched his career as a surgeon. He never intended to enter the public conversation over gender ideology. But guess what, folks? It found him anyway. And good on him for getting loud locally and nationally, doing the right thing by exposing these scumbags for the evil that they are doing. I mean, that's a patriot.
It is. That the doctors know. They're doing it. These doctors that are doing the surgery, they're scum. Yeah. They're literal scum. They're, for the most part, probably hacks, aren't really good at what they do. Yeah. So they decide to go in, take this avenue doing the tranny surgery because it's very lucrative. Mm-hmm. And but But that's the thing. You get a person suffering from gender dysphoria. It used to be they would go get some counseling.
Right.
Well, now they go to get counseling,
and
the
immediately get
counselors
sent to the operating room.
Yeah, the counselors are all in on it. Well, we can help you with that, and then they get sent to the doctor. Is the doctor going to do anything other than, well, okay, we're going to cut your tits off here, we're going to cut this off here, cut your dick off, okay, mark you up and leave? Not going to do any counseling of their own.
Help.
Say, you sure you want to do this? Do you understand the ramifications of what you're doing?
Have you seen pictures of what it does to you 10 years from now,
killing
20
these
years
kids?
from
They're
now?
literally destroying these people's lives under the guise of a gender-affirming care.
Yeah.
It's not care. It's butchery. It's again, they don't even know long term what jacking yourself up with all these hormones and hormone blockers, puberty blockers, and other hormones, what that's going to do to you long term. How many stories have we heard in the last couple of years now of
too many
transgenders who they come out of the fog and say, man, I screwed up big time.
And
nobody was there.
Going back.
And nobody was there to try and talk me out of it.
No.
They were all there, almost to an individual, transgender women, transgender men who have trying to reverse it and come out against what happened to them and trying to talk other kids, other people out of having it done. They're screwed up for life. Their lives are screwed up, and they come out to try and warn people about this, and all of a sudden they become the targets.
Right. Yeah, and a guy actually helping, saying, hey, these people are doing this when they're not supposed to be doing it, and who comes after them? Not some tranny psycho group, or, lest I repeat myself, the federal government goes after them for doing the right thing. So Ethan's a patriot, and go check out this story. It was a Daily Wire exclusive.
Just tells you how evil our government has become, and that we are no longer the good guys.
And that it takes whistleblowers like him to actually speak the truth about what is happening inside these organizations, these hospitals, and then the government goes and fights against
I'm going to love it when Americans finally have the balls to get in the faces of these doctors, like these tranny advocates have getting in the faces of Matt Walsh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So who is your traitor of the week, sir?
Oh, my God, the list of, jeez, who you got? You got, well, I'm going with Mayorkas on this one.
Okay, yeah.
Mayorkas, what a piece of shit. This guy, he's in a closed-door meeting. He's in a closed-door meeting and with GOP members. GOP members, one of this Rep. Kamek, she's from Florida here.
Okay.
And they tell him, this GOP group tells Mayorkas, dude, we're getting ready to file articles of impeachment on you. He looks at them and says, you're not going to like who comes next. As if that was some sort of threat. And Kamek looks at him and says, are you threatening us? And he just gives that little pussified gay smile that he's got. That little...
Yeah, well...
This piece of shit, I don't care who comes next. We all know who's going to come next. Some piece of shit who's just as bad as Mayorkas. But that shouldn't dissuade anybody from getting rid of Mayorkas. Impeach his skinny little Cuban anti-Cuban.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
He essentially ended wet foot, dry foot and started sending Cubans back to Cuba.
Yeah.
Because
they're conservative. Unlike everybody else coming over the border. We don't need any of them. We want only the Democrat illegals.
Mayorkas is just a complete piece of shit, and he is definitely a traitor. He's a traitor to the nation. He's a traitor to Cubans. He's a traitor to his oath. He has been part and parcel to our open border and the invasion that we have coming across it. And for him to arrogantly, you won't like who comes next. Screw that. I would double down on him, on getting rid of him.
Yeah.
But but again, the reason I get so pissed about talking about it is because I know in my heart the GOP isn't going to do a goddamn thing about it.
They're not going to do anything about it. So You don't like who's coming. Who's going to come save
Yeah,
him?
another piece of shit just like you, Mayorkas.
Yeah.
That's who's going to come. We know
Yeah.
that. We get that. But you're a piece of shit, and we need to get rid of you first. And since we have an opportunity to get rid of you, I suggest they do get rid of you. But I don't think they will, because the GOP, again, all they can do is talk. No balls at all.
Nope.
MTG's looking at Hunter saying, you got no balls. Look at your own party, MTG.
I know.
Your own party's got no balls.
Yeah. Yeah, even, Charlie Kirk pointed out, like, MTG saying, Hunter's just afraid of what a conservative woman has to say. No, he just doesn't care.
No.
He doesn't care what any of them have to say.
None of them
because
care.
he thinks, and he pretty much is, above all of them. Why should he care?
Yeah, he's going to get pardoned at the end of the day.
Right.
So who gives a crap?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. My trader of the week, we just had, which now it's a lot easier to remember my mom's birthday.
Oh, Jesus.
January 6th. And, so the trader goes out to basically all these Fed boys and all what we've had to deal with these last 3 years since that as well, because everything that the Democrats wanted, they got that day of that half measure that nobody should have gone in whatsoever. And it was full incitement. You can talk about the Governor Whitmer hoax as well. That was full incitement from the FBI. Almost all of them.
It was a setup.
Yeah.
Hell, even
all
the
a
Capitol
setup.
Police knew they were set up.
So January 6th, all of this has been nothing but a setup. And we have, unfortunately, just been given more and more and more evidence as the years have gone on. And it is good we're getting all this evidence, but it's unfortunate that we get it now because it doesn't.
Well, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter anymore.
It does. It does matter because it confirms what we all knew to begin with, that this is bullshit. This wasn't an insurrection at all.
It all confirms everything we knew, but the
Nothing is
Democrats
going to
laugh
happen.
at us in our face, and the Republicans
because
do nothing.
because the Republicans do nothing.
Right.
That's why the Democrats get away with laughing in our faces, because they know that the eunuchs in the GOP won't do anything about it.
Right.
Again, we have to live under a two-party system. That's the way it is here. Okay, maybe so, but it doesn't have to be the Republicans and the Democrats anymore.
Right.
Fuck them. Get rid of them both.
Yeah.
They're useless. Useless.
And so the traitor is basically any of these feds that are using the true tyrannical state of the Biden regime going against the American people who do love this country and want to stand up for what the Constitution actually says. Yep.
Okay.
You got anything? Any stories you want to add? As we continue.
Talked about Ray Epps.
Talked
Got
about Ray
that
Epps.
one.
Yes, got that out of your system.
Yeah.
Remember, folks, everything discussed in this podcast is solely our opinion and should be taken as such.
Yeah, there is Seamus Bruner.
Seamus
Bruner.
Bruner.
Seamus. He's a
good name.
journalist here in Florida, and he's been working with Peter Schweitzer's Government Accountability Institute for several years. He's actually director of their research, and he's been involved in a lot of Schweitzer's books. Peter Schweitzer, again, has had some awesome books out there about the Biden crime family, the Clinton crime family, the whole thing. But he discovered there's a Clinton connection as to why all of these people are going to get away with the Epstein pedophilia accusations. They're all going to get away with it. Eric the Coward Holder was a deputy attorney general under the Clinton administration, and he drafted what is called the infamous Collateral Consequences Memo. And the Collateral Consequences Memo is a memo for the DOJ to protect the system in case influential figures like Wild Bill get caught doing something.
Right.
It's basically it's the policy of the Justice Department is if the collateral consequences of prosecuting someone have big ripple effects to where it could harm the system,
Yeah.
then they don't prosecute.
What a shock.
So this information by Bruner strongly suggests if the whole truth regarding the Epstein and his associates were revealed, the entire U.S. system of government would collapse in some form. And what that tells me is that you've got a whole bunch of kiddie porn loving douchebags in the House and the Senate and the rest of the administrative state. And that's why nothing is ever going to happen, because Eric the Coward Holder put this memo out that the DOJ still adheres to. If it can harm their system, if it can harm the deep state, they're not going to prosecute. So you're only going to hear, in my opinion, I think you're only going to hear about Bubba Cheese Clinton, Prince Andrew,
Stephen Hawking.
Hawking, because the memes
have been amazing.
Bravo.
I
Really,
mean,
some
we
of these
really,
memes
yeah,
have
we.
been
That's
really
the true
awesome.
patriot this week.
Really awesome. Have been those people put Hawking,
Yeah.
and who else? Who's the magician?
Oh, I don't know. He's
Anyway,
another-
because when you got to entertain kids on the island before you bone them, and so you got to have a magician there to do that.
Oh, ouch.
But again, the people that you've already heard about regarding Epstein Island, those are the only ones you're going to ever hear about.
Right. There was another. Hold on, I got to find this other Stephen Hawking one. Hold on. It's too good not to share, really. I mean, really, it's too good not to share.
Okay.
At what point? Where is it? It was something that,
Did you see the flaming wheelchair going down the street with a person?
God throwing Hawking into hell after finding him on the Epstein list. I was going. No, it was something like. Even the kids on Epstein Island are forced to like vegetables. I was like, ooh. Oh.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was
that's
funny.
good. That's good. Oh, also, New York City, the illegal alien invasion continues. And because it's been kind of cold, it's winter up in New York.
Yes.
And so the children at James Madison High School in New York were sent home to learn virtually, as 2,000 illegal aliens will now be moved in to stay.
That's right.
At James
Well, but
Madison
see-
High School, because the tent that they were living in, well, it's just going to get
just
too
too
cold in the
cold.
rain and the wind. We can't have these illegal alien invaders there.
No.
So we're going to screw over the taxpayers yet again.
So just like with COVID, they're just going to say, oh, just go home. Just learn from home, forcing them to be homeschooled. And hopefully that will, again,
Get them the hell out.
get them the hell out of
But again,
public
we're talking
school.
New York here, so
Yeah.
good luck.
So they'll be home by themselves anyway, because
Yeah.
mom and dad.
But I'll tell you
won't
what,
be
being
there.
home, I'd rather leave my daughter at home with an iPad than put her in K-12. She's
Yeah.
out now, obviously.
Right.
I got 3 granddaughters. But if that was
Yes.
the case to go to again, I wouldn't send her to.
No.
I'd give her a list, and she maybe would or wouldn't do it. I'd quiz her when I got home from work. But
Yep.
but again,
you say wrong, do it again.
Homeschool your kids.
Yep.
Screw the K-12. They're doing nothing but destroying the minds of your children.
Yes.
And even
Skulls
here,
full of
even as,
mush.
as highly ranked as our local schools are here in Florida, they still suck. And it seems that pedophilia and molesting perverts seem to be a resume enhancer to get a job in teaching these days, because that's all we ever hear about.
And it's not
What-
anecdotal evidence anymore.
No, it's
a
every
majority.
single day. And here in Florida, too, there's some former eighth grade teacher who'd been having filmed several sexual encounters with an 8th grade male student
is
that
with
she
these
was
sick
taking
people?
home. What is it? It's like, what other industry, even Hollywood, you don't hear about the rapes and the
Yeah.
molestations as much anymore as you hear about them in K-12 public schools across the nation. Get your kids the hell out of K-12 until we can upgrade the standards for becoming a teacher. Because again,
Yeah.
all I'm seeing is a bunch of alcoholics, drug addicts, pedophiles, and perverts.
Yeah.
I know they're not all like
Right,
that.
not all.
But
when a majority are that and the minority are the normal ones,
when you're
and they're
reading a
teaching
story,
kids.
when you're reading a story, almost every single day, somewhere in the U.S., some teacher's been raping a kid again. I don't know how you expect me to talk nice about K-12.
Yeah.
Say how they're just doing a bang-up job.
Right. Homeschool your kids, folks.
Yes.
Yes.
Get them the hell out.
Speaking of New York, did you hear about the Jews in the tunnels?
What the hell is with the Hasidic Jews in New York?
The Jews in the
Crown
tunnels.
Heights, no
I know.
less. Crown Heights.
The tunnels were built by young men studying at the Shabbat Lubavitch. Yeah. World headquarters.
It's the Shabbat Lubavitch.
Yes.
World headquarters. Unbeknownst to the organization's leaders. Now, the leaders
Allegedly.
did not know.
We did not know.
Did not know.
No. So a riot broke out, and some may just call it a party in the Jewish community, at the historic synagogue in Brooklyn after members clashed over the fate of secret tunnels. The tunnels were reportedly constructed over the last 6 months by students there at that world headquarters in Brooklyn. The underground tunnels connected the synagogue at 770 Eastern Parkway to adjacent properties on the Eastern Parkway there. Synagogue administrators who accidentally learned of the tunnels roughly 3 weeks ago became concerned about the structural integrity of the building.
I question that these tunnels were reportedly constructed over the last 6 months.
I
Did
know.
you see some of the videos of the crap that they were
pulling out
of the
old mattresses with blood stains and poop stains, and they looked very
It looked like that stuff had
unsanitary.
been there a long
while.
time.
Yeah. Part of me thinks that they could have been around there during COVID because they didn't want anybody going to churches then, and I could see them doing that, sort of thing of making sure they're still able to go.
I don't know why, but
I don't know.
I don't know
It's
why they
very
were there or
strange.
what the deal was, but it's pretty. They had some pretty skeevy stuff
Yeah.
down there, and they started clashing when there was construction going on around there.
Right.
And the construction crews find these tunnels, and they find where they lead, and there's like they were apparently pretty crappily made tunnels.
Oh yeah.
They weren't the greatest tunnels in the world, and there was structural integrity with surrounding buildings that concerned them. So the code enforcement and the other construction workers went in there to seal them off with cement.
Right.
Well, they went into the temple to that center. I guess.
By the way,
there was a 20-foot wide entranceway. So you're telling me the leaders didn't know about it?
Okay.
They didn't know, but so they were going to fill in the tunnels with cement, and that's when everybody started getting pissy.
Saying the tunnels weren't built that well. I mean, these aren't the Hamas. This is not Hamas building the tunnels.
They didn't have all the U.S. aid money
That's also
that
true.
Hamas had to be
But
able to build their tunnels.
Remember El Chapo? He had good tunnels.
They had good
I mean,
tunnels.
it's like certain people are good at certain things. It's the Sebastian Maniscalco bit. You don't watch a basketball game and scream out, "Take the shot, Nunzio."
Yes. Yeah. So I guess the bottom line is don't hire Hasidic Jews for your mines.
Yeah. That's the moral
or to drill your
of
tunnels.
this story.
Hire reputable tunnel drillers.
Yes. And did you hear of Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks? He's going out of his way.
He's a piece of shit.
I know.
I mean, he was going to run for president. He was going to run against Biden.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
He might have dropped out
Well,
already,
they're not going to
but
let
he was.
him.
He did announce.
Hell, that bitch Nikki Fried that's running the Democrat Party here in Florida, Florida has already axed anybody else. The only
Really?
person that's going to be on the primary
What a shock.
ballot for Democrats is
surprised.
Biden.
Not
That's it.
surprised.
They've already made the decision.
Well, Cenk here from the Young Turks called Pennsylvania
Turks.
Senator.
Look at him.
I know.
Look at that fat
Yeah.
bastard.
He called Senator John Fetterman a fraud and
I'll be-
suggested he has switched his political affiliation. So in a Saturday post on Twitter, Cenk proposed running a poll on Fetterman's support in the state after Fetterman has repeatedly expressed his ardent support for Israel amid the Jewish state's military conflict with Hamas. Quote, I bet his numbers went down significantly after he became the biggest cheerleader for the establishment, biggest supporter of killing innocent Palestinians in Gaza, and a huge backer of Biden.
No.
What? What?
I don't think his Democrat numbers were way up here.
Yeah.
And I imagine that his Democrat numbers came down a little bit, but
Yes.
I still
don't think
suggest
any Republican numbers went up.
yeah, they did.
Did they a little bit?
Well, come on.
'cause
We've
I know.
made-
Well, I still wouldn't vote for
Well,
him.
I know I wouldn't either, but that doesn't mean that his positives aren't coming up in the Republican.
Yeah, he wants steel and made in America, made in Pennsylvania steel. That's
He's a
good.
traditional-
He understands the border needs to be closed and calls it a crisis.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
He's a tradition. It sounds like he's more of a traditional old school blue dog Democrat than he is a new communist piece of shit like most Democrats are.
So Cenk goes, now Fetterman is telling everyone how he's not a progressive. He rejects us and is now calling Harvard pinko. What the F? You work hard to get a progressive elected and they turn into Republicans instantly.
Oh, how often does that happen?
I know.
Yeah.
What a joke. Oh, man. It's so funny.
It's just Fetterman's getting a lot of ink for it because what he's saying is controversial in Democrat corners. He's not going along to get along, and I think he's probably going to be very popular with his constituents.
Yeah. Now. I love
this
how
has helped him.
I love how Cenk is talking about this. He goes, Fetterman has gone from the last great populist hope on the Democratic side to worse than useless.
No, he's gone from worse than useless. The guy was a mumbling piled bag of meat, man.
A literal stroke victim. And that's your great last hope? He's now enthusiastically taken on the role of mouthpiece for the establishment who attacks anyone challenging Biden or the powerful. Counterproductive poser. What? It's hilarious.
Well, again, you don't see too many elected Democrats that are going against the grain.
No.
And Cenk, is that how you say his name? Cenk?
Cenk Uygur. Yeah.
He's not a young Turk. He's a Turk, but he's not young. And he's not going to win.
No.
He's not going to win anything. Doesn't he have a show?
Yeah, the Young Turks.
What's that
It's
on?
like a network.
Is that on CNN?
No, it's his own little network.
Oh, it is?
It's his thing.
Oh, that's why I've never really heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not missing much.
He's probably never heard of us, though, either.
No,
So
to be
there's
fair.
that, too. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but folks, you can hear from us. You hit that subscribe button. You'll hear about us all the time, at least once a week. So check it out. Share it with your friends. We greatly appreciate all the love and support you send our way. Please send more. Ken needs it. He needs like the nice little positive affirmations.
Love me. Love me.
And subscribe on YouTube, on Rumble, on Spotify, wherever you find this podcast. Share it with your friends. Get the word out. Get loud locally. Be like Ethan there. If you see something that you see is...
If you see something, say something.
See, I hate that. Don't be a narc. Don't be a narc, but be a patriot, okay? It's about...
Well, I mean, technically, he's a whistleblower, so isn't that kind of an arc, really? So be a narc, just be a good narc.
Be a good narc.
Yeah, be a narc for goodness.
Be a narc for goodness. For goodness sake.
Yes.
This is
And he was
so
a narc
well.
for goodness.
He
Those
was-
doctors are
yeah.
freaking butchers.
They are.
And they need to be called out. They
Right.
need to be have their license taken away. I mean, you're destroying your Hippocratic oath.
Yeah.
Because you are doing harm.
Right. Irreversible harm.
Yes.
Yes. So
Very
don't
sad.
stand for it.
No.
Don't stand for it, folks. Get loud locally. Do all you can.
Be a narc for goodness.
Be a narc for goodness. Is that now? I think that's gonna be our. Is that it? Is
Why
that
not? That could be the show title.
That could be the
yes.
show title. Be a narc for goodness. All right. From the bunker. Good night, everybody.
See ya.
See you next time.
In its hour of maximum danger.
Hi, perhaps you recognize me. It's your favorite president.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution.
Hi,
to our
good night,
problem.
everybody.
Government is the problem.